Come on. Have to feed my babies. Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work without you guys. All right, so the NFL has come out with their plans for being able to let players come back. So hopefully by the end of the month, we'll start being able to have actually people in the facilities. Don't expect actually team workouts or anything until sometime middle of July as we go through the coronavirus. Now, we've heard, in fact, Miss Jackie shared an article with me this morning where they're looking and talking about the possibility of the salary cap going down $30 or $40 million. And I've kind of mentioned that to you guys. And so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a theory. Now, here's what I've been hearing, that the NFL and the NFLPA have already been talking for about the last week or so about the ramifications of this, because this is one of those things that you don't expect to happen every year. If revenues go down, and as the Cowboys are basically saying, is if there's no fans at all in the stands, between parking and concessions and ticket prices and stuff, that it's about $600 million plus potentially that they're actually losing. And the thing about that is teams like the Patriots and the Cowboys, which have high attendance, will be hurt worse than other teams. Now, on the flip side of this, when you start looking at salaries, because right now the salary cap is at $198 million, and if you drop it down to 170, it's about where the Cowboys are currently right now. And of course, that's not as bad as some teams. Some teams are well in the 200s for next year. Now, this is where you have to look at it and say, then Dak Prescott needs to go ahead and take a team-friendly deal. But actually, if you look at it from my point of view, and I'm going to give you my theory here, actually, Dak Prescott actually has more leverage. Welcome to Kirk Cousins 2.0. And by the way, FYI, Delvin Cook says, I ain't doing jack with the Vikings until I'm offered a new deal. He's going the Zeke Elliott route, just saying. Just putting that out there. But here's the thing, and I know what you're saying is, well, why would we want to go ahead and hurry up and get a deal done if we know the salary cap's going to go down? Well, first of all, I don't think the salary cap's going to go down. That's a what if. And these are those kinds of things that you kind of wonder, like, let's say I got a time machine and I went back in time and I killed myself. How would that be possible? Because if I killed myself back in time, how would I live in order to get to the time where I got the time machine to go back in time? It'll drive you crazy trying to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of those scenarios, because what the NFL and the NFLPA are working on is saying, okay, we understand that this isn't because we have a major problem that's going to affect us for the next 20 years, that revenues are going to be going downhill for the foreseeable future, the next 5-10 years. They know that they're going to be redoing the television contracts. And you say, yeah, well, things are going down and, deflation and so on. Yeah, but it won't be for the television networks. If we, the fans, aren't in the stands, that doesn't mean we're not watching football. That means we're watching it on television. So that means television ratings will go through the roof. And so the teams know after the 2021 season, they're redoing the television contract. And knowing that they have now 2 more playoff games, knowing that they have a whole nother week of football, they know that the revenues will be right back up after the coronavirus and things get somewhere around normal. So what they're doing is they're actually going through and they're saying, okay, we know over the course of the next 5 years, we're going to make a projection of where the cap will be, and we'll basically prorate it. Because it doesn't do the NFL any good to go ahead and drop the cap because of this 1 year. Because teams will literally have to gut themselves. You'll end up having so many players that are out on the streets that it could be catastrophic. But hypothetically, Let's say that that's what happens, that the NFL and the NFLPA cannot come up with an agreement. Then it actually behooves you to do Dak Prescott's deal. In fact, this puts more pressure on the Cowboys to get one done. And you say, why is that? Well, here's the thing. Because the Dallas Cowboys have franchise tag Dak Prescott, right? It's the $31.2 million. Okay. That's already baked in for this year. It's already part of the salary cap. The problem is, next year, hypothetically, let's say the salary cap goes down, that $30 or $40 million. You're down to 170, and that's what you currently have slated for the players, right? That are signed. Dak's not part of that baked-in number. And it's not like you readjust the franchise tag to what the quarterbacks or what the league salary cap is. It's still based on that increase from this year's tag to next year's tag. You follow me? Because you can tag Dak Prescott for this year, just like you have, and if you don't work out that deal, you can do like the Redskins did with Kirk Cousins, where it went from $20 million to $24 million. For Dak, it goes from 31.2 to 38. And it doesn't matter what happens to the salary cap. And I know you're saying, yeah, but his deal, it's going to be 35. You know, he's asking for 35 anyway. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. You can play with the numbers. You can end up saying, Dak, we're going to give you a $70 million signing bonus, which basically we're giving you a check today. And what you do is, you could say, your salary for this year and next year is $1 million each year. And you say, what? Because then that signing bonus and guaranteed money is spread out. So you can reduce that number for next year as well as reduce it this year. Or this year you can take a bigger bite of it, and instead of using that cap savings, because if you get the deal done now, here's the other part of it. You get that deal done now, you save about $10 to $12 million off of that 31 point some odd this year. And any money you don't spend this year rolls over to next year. Okay? So right now we have 11.5 in salary money, right? You get Dak's deal done, you're rolling back another 12. Okay, so now you got $24 million of cushion or money to spend on somebody else if you want to. And that's before you get rid of the other players that don't make the team. You got 90-some guys signed. You're only going to have 53 to the active roster plus the practice squad guys. So you're going to get some savings there as well. Now here's the problem. If you don't get that done, then right now you only have $12 million of cap space. Okay? Again, it'll increase probably by the time you cut some of the veterans and things like that a little bit, but not a whole lot. If the salary cap does go down, now you got a problem. Now you got no money to pay the quarterback. Hence, you have to franchise tag him, which is $37 million. And that's a hard number. Or you sign the long-term deal then. Now, regardless of what the cap does this year, you think that Dak Prescott's going to say, you know what? After playing on the franchise tag and taking care of business, I'm going to go ahead and take a team-friendly deal this year. No. In which case, you either have to let him walk or pay him $37. So this is a big problem for the Dallas Cowboys, that your best benefit is to get that deal done now and tuck away as much of that cash just in case a deal's not worked out. Now, I may be completely wrong on this, but this is me looking at this and thinking outside the box. Because at first I kept saying, Dak, you might want to hurry up and get this deal done because in the future there won't be money. But actually, this just gives Dak Prescott a little bit more leverage to say, okay, I'll play on the franchise tag, but you're really going to pay through the nose in the future and you won't have the money or the means to be able to manipulate it. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, for our live stream. And be safe out there.